Well, with this extra ball of clay, we are going to create our whole sun and our sun's face, and we're gonna glue it on to this background. But we're not gonna use glue, we're going to use our clay glue, which is called Slip. That's the stuff in this bucket. So I'm gonna move this off to the side. You guys already have yours on your tray, right? So that's fine. Now this is gonna be in my way, so I'm gonna need to move this. This is a listening time, friends. It's a listening time. So we're gonna have to peel up our clay and move it back out of the way. So you might wanna carefully do this right now. Just kind of carefully peel up your project and move it all the way away from you, still on your mat, but it's pretty far out of your way. You want it out of your way. Did you move it out of your way? Check yourself. Okay, once your clay sun background is out of the way and you have all of this open workspace, we are going to start making the circle for the sun. We're gonna start with the circle for the sun. So we're gonna grab this ball and we're going to pinch and pull, pinch off a little circle. You got a little circle there? Does mine look very much like a circle? Ooh, if I just put that on there, is that gonna look very nice? Ooh. I think we need to use those circle making skills that we used at the beginning of class. Do you know how to make it into a ball again? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's make it into a ball. Roll it between your hands. You can also pat it like this to get it to go into a ball. We're gonna roll, roll, roll. See how my hands are rolling around and the ball is rolling, it's rolling. It looks like a little pebble. A little pebble. It's rolling around. Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Or you can just roll on your mat like this.
Well, you could roll on your mat, but when you roll on your mat, what did I say happens to your clay?
It gets dry.
It gets dusty and dry, so that might happen to it if you roll it on your mat. So if you roll it in your hands, does it get dried out as much? No, it's kind of nice. Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay, now is mine a perfect circle? No, I mean, it's fine. It's kind of a little bit ovally, but all I need it to be is just pretty round. And if you have any cracks in it, you can rub the cracks away with your finger. You probably don't need to add a whole lot of water, but if you have a lot of cracks, you could maybe add water. And then, how did we flatten it out? What did we do?
We've used a rolling pin.
Oh, yeah, we pat it, pat it, pat it. We're gonna pat it, try to get it a little bit flat with our hands. And I don't think we'll have to use the rolling pin on this one because it's small and we can make it flat with our hands. Yeah, this one can be skinnier than the other one. This one can be skinnier, but we don't want it to be too big. Take a little measurement. Measure your clay. Is it gonna fit on there?
Yeah.
Okay, and am I gonna have space for some little triangles to come out?
A little more clay because my clay fit is really big.
Oh, well, actually, you'll have plenty of room for rays around your sun. See how you have these rays on there? You could have bigger sun rays if you have more space. But if this sun is this big, am I gonna have any room for sun rays? No. So if it doesn't fit, we'll have to make a smaller ball. But if you are done, you can I'm just gonna stop there because that's a good size. Now take that little sun and smooth it out on the edges with a little bit of water on your fingers. Oh, you guys are doing such a great job. I see friends being so nice with their clay. They're smoothing things out. Oh, you guys are doing such a great job. Nice smoothing over there. Wonderful. finally your chance to grab one of those toothbrushes out. Grab it out and kind of tap it off. You don't want too much water. Just tap it off. Get the extra water off. And guess what we're gonna do? We are gonna scrub the back of our sun. This is scratching the clay, and it makes the clay ready to stick. This is how we're gonna get it ready to stick onto our background. Now guess what? That is not enough. I'm gonna have to scrub this spot too, right in the middle. I have to scrub that little spot in the middle. And then, guess what I'm gonna do? Squish it together. Go ahead and put it on there and push down. Squish it on, nice and firm. Squish it on. Squish, squish, squish. All right. Just double check. Make sure you got a little water on your finger and smooth around your sun. We probably don't want to have any cracks because then our sun would look like the ground on the desert. It'd be the desert sun. I don't know if we need any cracks on it. Let's make sure we smooth out those cracks. Yes. Now we're gonna set that sun back again so we can have this workspace. I'm putting my toothbrush back in that bucket so it's not in my way. And I'm gonna pinch off some more clay. Let's pinch off another piece. Do that right now with me. If you need to keep smoothing your sun, you can do it in just a minute. Let's grab a chunk of clay. And this time, we're gonna make what's called a coil.
A coil is where you have to do something, like making a triangle.
A coil is where you make a long, thin piece of clay by rolling it between your hands. Oh, it's kind of looking like a log right now. But when I keep going, it might turn into a snake. It's kind of hard to do. You keep going. You can do it.
With Play-Doh. This is really fun to do because you can rub your hands really fast.
Yeah. Did you know this is called a coil? When you do this with your hand, it's called making a coil. Now my coil is getting so many cracks in it, so I'm gonna have to add some water to my coil and rub my coil so it doesn't get so cracked. My coil is about the size of my finger. I probably don't want to go any, for you guys, let's keep it about the size of your thumb. If it gets too small, you can just re-squish it up with some water. Is it too small or too big? Oh, well, it's probably fine. It's probably fine.
Look how big is my coil.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This is how big mine is. Very big.
All right.
Very.
All right, you guys, lay your coil down on your mat. Make sure that everything else is out of the way because we are going to use our rolling pin and we're gonna flatten out the coil. Before you do that though, make sure your coil is not too wet. If it's too wet, just roll it side to side on your mat to get some of the water off of it. Mine's not really very wet though. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna try to flatten this out a little bit. So I'm just gonna roll. See how it's getting longer? Oh, that's such a long coil. Now I don't wanna roll over my sun, so I'm gonna stop if I get close to my sun. And I only need to do it one time. And then I'm gonna take my coil and then turn it this way when you're done. Class. Class, class.
Yes, yes.
When you're done rolling, where do we put this tool? Oh, I see you're doing it. You put it back on the tray. Everybody put your rolling pin back on the tray if you're done with it. Okay, now watch this part before you do it. I'm going to need some little triangles to go around my sun like this. So we're making some diagonal lines through that piece. We're cutting diagonal and then diagonally again. And remember, if you want to draw on a zigzag line, are you going to use that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to draw on a zigzag line, just use one of these drawing tools. Draw on a zigzag line. And then cut it out. Then we're gonna put it together. So I see that most of you are maybe halfway done or more with your triangles. See how my triangles are on there, but they're not glued on yet. So if you're not gluing them on yet, make sure you go back with that toothbrush and scrub the back. Where else do I need to scrub?
The other clay piece.
Yes, right where I'm gonna stick it, I need to scrub that piece and then press it on. We have to press it and squish it down. So make sure you get all of those spaces, all of those pieces. Pick every single one up and squish it down.